today's video, I'm off to Brands Hatch for the Burton Power Track Day. This will be my second trip to Brands. Last time I went, I did a round of UK time attack in this when I just put the turbo kit on it when it had an MX-5 engine in it. It's now got an Evans Power Burton sponsored 2 litre Ford Pinto engine in it on side draft 48 carbs.
Yeah.
So as you can hear, the Evans Power Pinto is absolutely singing along, and it just sang along all day long. No issues, really couldn't be happier with the performance of the car. It's exactly what I wanted for it. I really wasn't enjoying it with the turbocharged engine in it, and it's now back to what I want. Looks right when I open the bonnet and see the Pinto in there, so shout out to Steve. He's put together an awesome engine, and thanks again Burton Power for getting involved and supplying a lot of the parts for it. The day didn't go without its mishaps though, and I did have a rear upper wishbone failure. So I just come round the hairpin at the top, and the back end just sort of like let go, span me round, and obviously something on the back has broken. Yeah, we got about 10 degrees of camber there, so let's jack it up, see what's happened. Alright, that's my day over. It snapped the upper arm off. That should be on there. So unless someone here happens to have a welder, I ain't going to be fixing that. It's made the diff seal leak as well, obviously where it's pushed the shaft in. So it's probably knackered that seal in there, I'd imagine. It's pissing out there. So when that happened, I saw a load of like white dust fly up in the air in the mirror. You can see it's like mullered the wheel here, and the tyre wear, you can see it's actually like scrubbed all the tyre right to this edge. So that's done that on the track, and that's like span around on its edge. So this wheel, when it's compressed, has folded right in. Somehow not damaged any of this. I have no idea how. And you can see on the inside of here, just ground all the inner edge off of this wheel, and it's done it on this corner here. There was a load of alley built up there. You can see it. That's all bits of aluminium off the wheel. So that the wheel's been like basically all the way around there, completely, you know, flopped out that way. That's why there was oil just pissing out of there. It must have pulled the shaft almost all the way out and then flopped back in enough for me to drive back to the pits, which is just mad. Luckily it happened on the slowest corner of the whole circuit. I think if it had happened going around one of the quicker bends, it could have been a much different story. So although it was not ideal, I'm thankful that it happened where it did. I thought that was going to be the day over, but I'll say a big thanks to Ian and Heath for helping me out getting that fixed, and also Aaron at HT Racing. I took the arm off. Heath drove me over to HT Racing, where Aaron let me use his TIG welder to fix the arm, and got back, put it all back together, and thought I should probably just check there's no cracks on the other side before I go out again. Took the wheel off the other side, got in there and had a look, and obviously that was cracked as well. So had to take that side off, go back over to HT Racing again, weld that side up, and come back, put it all together, and managed to get the car back together and actually get back out again. So yeah, massive thanks to those guys. I was pretty much ready to just put it on the trailer and go home at that point, but ended up getting it all fixed. So it needs a proper repair. It's definitely sort of a temporary repair, and I just think the design of the bracket and the fact that it's made of stainless, which isn't a good choice of material for something like that, is why it failed, and I'm going to remake that end of the bracket just out of mild steel, so hopefully that will stop that from happening again. I think the wheel alignment's probably a fair bit out from having all that apart and back again, but got back out on track, and car felt alright. Mishap I had was I had my gearbox breather run into the underside of the car, and I think where I was doing like 200 mile an hour down the straights, I think the wind coming past the pipe on the gearbox breather must have been drawing like the oil down through it. So I basically just poked it up into the engine bay and had it like sort of vertically up, and that solved that issue. When I initially went out, I had this stiffer anti-roll bar on the back, which I'd put on for doing the hill climb. I've got like a thick one that I made, and with that on there, the turn-in at the front is absolutely amazing. You steer and it just feels like it will go anywhere, but it really loosens up the back. I actually prefer the car feeling like that. I like the front end really positive, and I don't mind the back moving around, but it is a lot slower around that track specifically, and you just can't get on the power as quickly. Like the corner at the end of the straight, Paddock Hill, you don't really want the back of the car coming around as you go down there, because you want to be able to get on the power and come round. So I think that's a better setup definitely for that track. I've got Toyo R888 tyres on there now, and they're pretty much done, I would say. Even when they get up to temp, they just don't feel like they're hanging on properly. So I really want to have a go with a proper set of slicks. The other thing I want to do is replace a lot of the bushes. Like the front lower arms has still actually got stock Mazda rubber bushes in it. The rear's got poly bushes, but I'd like to try and replace a lot of that with spherical bearings, just to see how much difference that makes. This is the trouble, every time you use something, you come back and you think, oh, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that, and make yourself a whole nother list of things that need doing. But I'm really happy with the car now, how that is, how it drives, everything. So yeah, other than this suspension arm breaking, I have damaged the wheel, which is probably repairable. I need to see how much is ground off the inside edge. They're rally spec wheels, so they are built a bit thicker and heavier than the race ones, so they can take a good beating, so I'm sure they'll be fine. But the bogging down, so with the carbs and the chokes and stuff, I put the 42mm chokes back in because I didn't have a chance to get back up to JMR to get it reset with the 40mm chokes that I put in. So I put it back how it was, and on track you didn't even notice it. The only time you would be in that bog was coming out of the pit, or if I was just cruising going around the hairpin where the arm broke. If I was going around there a bit slower and then just got too much on the throttle, then it would bog down a bit. But other than that, it was, if I was just using the car for circuit, I probably wouldn't even bother changing them. But we got Wiscombe Park Hill climb again in September, so yeah, if I can get the carbs tweaked for that, swap that diff over, yeah, should be good to go. So yeah, shout out again to Steve Stiggy Evans. You know where to go if you want a sweet singing Pinto like this one. Andy, Burton Power, thanks again for all the help with the car, putting on the track day, and yeah, everyone that helped me out on the day. It was a good day, and looking forward to the next one. Let's give it up for this one. Cheers for watching. See you on the next one.